Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a series where I will be explaining the mini games that players have created inside of Gorilla Tag. Today I will be teaching you how to play Monke on the Shelf and the two different ways you can play. I'll also be explaining the simple rules, but you can skip over them by looking at the chapters on the bottom of the video. Without further ado, here's how to play Monke on the Shelf. To start off, I'll be explaining the basic rules and how the game will be played. It does not matter how many people you're playing with, but I recommend more than 2 people. To start off, everybody's on the shelf except for one person. I will call the tagger the remover. The player's job is to get from that shelf to that mirror. Once they are over here, they have to touch the mirror. After they touch the mirror, they can just go back to the shelf. It does not matter if they touch the ground. The remover's job, however, is to remove objects that the players can go on. Each round, the remover can remove one object. The player's job is to not go on those objects that the remover takes away. If a player stands on an object that a remover has taken out, that player is eliminated. This is where the two different playstyles come in. The first way you can play Monke on the Shelf is by having it divided in teams. If one person from the player team hits the ground, the round is over. It's very simple, and there's only one tagger throughout the whole game. The second way that you can play Monke on the Shelf is by having each player for themselves. What I mean by this is if one player falls, they join the removing team. And as expected, the next round, 2 things would get removed, 1 per remover. The game ends when the last player is eliminated. Now to start off with some tips and tricks to get you started for your first game of Monke on the Shelf. I'll be starting off with some tips for the removers and how to consistently get all players out. If you want a quick advantage from all players, try removing these walls first, as most players will go straight across and use these to get to the platform. Another thing I would remove early on would be this platform in front of the mirror, since a lot of people don't realize that this can be removed. I'd also remove these, since once you remove everything, it's very difficult to get to the mirror. At this point, if players are still getting to the mirror, try to find out where they're going and remove those objects to stop them. For example, if a player is taking a route that goes around the wall, such as this, then you could remove this wall. One more thing I should point out though is that some players will count the window and this wall as 2 separate objects instead of this as one whole wall. So try to clarify with the remover before you start the round. Speaking of clarification with the removers, some people will count this upper part and this bottom part as 2 different things. Another thing you should keep a lookout for if you're going to play this game. One last thing about clarification that some people don't talk about is some players will play as these with the heads included, but some players will say that it's just you remove this or the heads. Again, ask the removers if these and these count as the same thing. Also, all the heads are combined. No player plays with removing each head individually. That's just a waste of time. Another thing that I see some players doing is they'll get mad when players remove both walls. Clarify if you're allowed to do that, because I feel like some players think that you're not allowed to remove both walls, but I prefer to disagree. Now starting with the routes that you can start to learn if you're an elf. Now for some routes that you should learn if you're a Monke on the Shelf. I'm also going to be doing routes that do not have Christmas lights and routes that also have that wall blocked. In some updates, this place will be open, such as last Christmas, so some routes may not work. But anyways, let's start with the simple routes. For your first round, if they don't remove the glasses, you can just go straight across, like so. This may be pretty difficult if you have very short arms, but if you push toward the wall and then go up, you'll go straight up against the wall. You can then stick your hand out to go on the top and then go right over to the mirror. Another simple route I think you should learn is by coming over here, you can go straight over to the mirror. There are 2 ways you could do this. The way I usually use is I'll push off and I'll hook my arm around this wall and pull to the mirror. Hooking is just a term that I use whenever you put your arm around something to push forward or up or whichever direction you're trying to go in, and it looks like this. The other way you could do this is by wall jumping off that wall, but it's a little more inconsistent. See, it's a little bit more difficult to go off a slanted wall. Another essential route I think you should learn is coming around here and going across these 2 walls. By wall jumping in between here, you can easily get to the mirror. There are many other ways to do this route, which I'll show you right here. You can come across if they remove that little platform in front of the door by coming across and wall hugging and then coming around. You can still get across if they remove the wall but not the window by doing this. You can also still get across if they remove the window but not the wall. You can also still get across if they remove the window and the wall. I'm not sure if you can get across if they remove that wall, the window, and this wall too though. Ooh, seems like with a very good hit, you can just barely get across. Last route that I'm going to talk about from right here is you can also get to the mirror without touching the floor in front of it. Remember, all you have to do is touch the mirror. If it makes the sound, then it counts. Once you touch it, you can go back on the floor and any other objects that the removers have taken out. I'm now going to get into some advanced routes that are for very desperate situations. So if you're new to this game, maybe don't go for these because these get really difficult really fast. The first one you can learn is by coming around here to this other shelf, coming across here, and coming over to this platform. You can then come straight over this wall and come down to the mirror. Surprisingly enough, you can also still get to the mirror if they remove the floor in front of it and this wall right here by doing this. Launch off right here into that wall, push up, and then push straight over the wall. If you do it good enough, you can pretty much go straight over and then hook around and hit the mirror, as shown like this. Another way that I saw people get over there is you can hit the launch pad sign, which again, I'm assuming this will go away soon. But if you hit it like this, you can just get over here, like that. You can also use the launch pad itself to just get over there. I'm also pretty sure you can come straight from here to there, which won't be changed. And I was right. One last thing I should mention before we wrap this video up is that this currency sign right here actually has a hitbox, and if they remove this island, you can actually hit this and go straight across. I don't think it's worth it though because it's very hard to consistently hit this little bit right here. And that's it. That's everything you should know about Monke on the Shelf. Good luck with these tips, and I hope that you win your next few rounds of this game. Goodbye and good luck.